Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can use caching policies to improve the performance of your API. So let me share my screen. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen now. So we are still working with the API that we've been using throughout this series. And the name of the API, as you can see here, is course API. So I clicked on it and you can see a list of operations. So we are going to be applying this caching policy to just one operation. So you can choose to apply it to the entire API. That works as well. But I'll be applying it for this demonstration to just get all courses. So I've clicked on get all courses now. And for us to apply the API, we'll be using caching policy and we would need to click over here. But before we do that, I want us to see the response time without any caching. So what I'll be doing now is I'll go over to Postman and I would run a test. So let me stop sharing and let me go to Postman. Okay, so I'm on Postman now. Let me just confirm that the URL I'm using is the right one. Okay, so it is. So this looks fine. So I'll be sending a request. Yeah, I want you to take note of the time here. You can see 191967 milliseconds. I'll be jotting it down so that we would have more clarity on the performance and how it's a lot better. So the first time I ran it, it was 1967 millisecond. Let me run it again without caching as well. This time around is 897 milliseconds. Then one last time, 429. This time it's 429 milliseconds. Let me just do one more. 411. Okay, so it's no longer significantly reducing. 411 411 millisecond. Okay, I've run it 4 times without caching. So now let's go to Azure portal, activate a caching policy, and we'll see the effects on this. Okay, so I'm in the Azure portal now, and we've selected get all courses operation. So to activate the caching policy, you come over here for inbound processing because it's inbound because the user is sending a request to the API management service. So it's coming into the API management service. So it's inbound. So I'm clicking and I can see a list of so many policies here. Some of them we already worked with them. Filter IP addresses, we already looked at it. Rewrite URL, we already looked at it. Set headers, we already did something similar to that, blah, blah, blah. But we are interested in cache responses. So I'll click on this and the duration is fine. So what I'll do is if you want more information, you can click on full and you can scroll down and choose what you want. But in this case, I'm fine with the basic, and this duration is the amount of seconds that the caching will remain active before it tries to retrieve. It goes directly to the web app or to the storage account. So the caching will last for about an hour. I believe 3,600 seconds is 1 hour. So let me save this. It takes some time for it to propagate, but will be good. So it's been saved now. So I'll just wait for like 1 to 2 minutes and we'll see. Um, then we'll return to Postman to do our test again. So just to refresh your memory, the first time we ran it without caching, the response time was 1967 milliseconds. The second time it was 897 milliseconds. The third time it was 429 milliseconds. While the fourth time it was 411 milliseconds. Okay, so let's return um to our postman now. Yeah, so we are in our postman now. So I want to test it again, and we would see if the caching has any effect in the response time. Okay. So this is the first time we are running it with caching. So it's gonna take some time. So yeah, we have 1983. So let me because at this point it's trying to cache the response. And even at that, it's still lower than the first time that we had 1967. Now we have 1983 millisecond. But this is where the magic starts to happen when we run it again and we'll see multiple times. Now it jumps from 1000 to just 324 milliseconds. That's lower than the fourth time. If you can recall, the last time we did it without caching, the least response time was 411. Now we're having 324 millisecond. Wow, that's really, really great. So let's try it again, and it might even be more lower. So we have 328 now. 328. Let's see again. 376. Then the final time, let's just try it last time. 266. Wow, that's impressive. 266 millisecond. Okay, so we can see how caching have significantly improved the response time. So I ran the our API 4 times, implementing caching, and all the 4 times they were all lower than the least without caching. The least without caching was 411 milliseconds. But with caching, we have 324, 328, 376, 266. So what is my point? My point is that if you have an API and response time is part of your obligation, so there's a particular time that your API should not, there's a particular threshold that you must meet as part of your SLA, and you've built the API and you are still having issues. Caching is something that you can consider that might help with your latency, your throughput and things around that. So another thing I want to quickly show us before we end this video is, even though we use the wizard, the GUI um, approach to adding the cache data, you can see its implementation here. If I should open the code editor and you scroll here, you can see cache lookup um, over here. You can see the line vary by developer group for blah blah blah. So we can see some of the cached information as part of our inbound over here. And you can see the cache store duration that is set here as well. So this is the activation of the cache. So rather than use the GUI, you can add this code to the code editor and you will also be good. Okay, so let me discard this. Yeah, so if you find this video helpful, don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.